I don't have no sympathy. I'm sadistic. I really don't care. I'll do it and I'll do it again over and over and over.
People think I'm some kind of hero. Well, I'm actually not.
This is Steven Sandison, the 51-year-old who was already spending life in jail for the murder of his girlfriend in Wayne County in 1991. He's been given another life sentence for killing his cellmate. Stephen D. Sandison pleaded guilty to second-degree murder at Saginaw Correctional Facility near Saginaw for killing Theodore Dyer, who was 67 years old. He was given a life sentence with the chance of release. Sandison said he killed Dyer because the Grand Haven man was a child molester and wouldn't stop talking about the case. Dyer was serving 25 to 50 years for first-degree criminal sexual behavior against a child under the age of 13. Sandison told the police that he knocked Dyer out and then strangled him with his own shoelaces. Sandison told the judge during his punishment that he didn't feel bad about what he did. He said,
I don't feel bad for what I did, you know. I feel bad for maybe the families, his family or something. But as far as remorse towards him, no.
The main point of Sandison's statement stayed the same, though. Dyer abused a child and tried to excuse it. So, Sandison killed Dyer. Stephen said that some people think he's a hero for killing his child molester jail cellmate, but he wants the world to know that he is not. Sanderson said right before Saginaw County Chief Circuit Judge Fred L. Borchardt gave him his sentence,
people think I'm some kind of hero. Well, I'm actually not.
Sanderson said that some people have also said bad things about what he has done.
I just, did what I thought was best in the time that I was given.
Sanderson said,
I've been getting these emails saying that, it's not my position to judge anybody. And I want to make it quite clear that I didn't judge him. I know God is the only judge we have. I've just set the appointment up.
Sanderson is now being kept in a high-security area of the Ionia Correctional Facility. He was first sent there for killing his girlfriend in Wayne County, which was a first-degree murder charge. This is Shane Goldsby, a prisoner in Washington State who was given an extra 24 years for killing his child molester cellmate. Shane Goldsby, 26, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was given a sentence for killing his 70-year-old cellmate, Robert Munger, by beating him to death in June 2020. Munger was in the Airway Heights Correctional Center serving a 43-year term for multiple counts of child abuse and child pornography when Goldsby was put in his cell. Goldsby said he lost it when he heard Munger brag about his crimes, so he attacked Munger from behind in a jail common area. He knocked Munger to the ground, punched and kicked him 14 times in the face, and then stomped on his head 4 more times before walking away. Munger died from his injuries 3 days after he was injured. Goldsby said he killed Munger when he found out that his younger sister, who is still a child, was one of Munger's victims. He said,
give me details about what happened and what he did, about the photos and the videos of him doing this stuff, and it was building up. They put me in a position that I shouldn't even be in to begin with, This shouldn't have happened at all, okay? You talking this dude that did some sick, twisted things to my little sis.
Cindy Elliott, the girl's mother, and a person who didn't want to be named, told the station that Munger had raped the girl. Goldsby said he couldn't believe something like that could happen, and when he found out Munger's name, he asked for a new cellmate, but was turned down. He said,
what did you think when you realized it was him?
I was in shock, dude. I was like, what the f***? You talking out the blue that they sent me to the same institution, the same unit, the same pod, in the same cell as the dude that got locked up because of what he did to my little sis.
What did he do?
He raped my little sis. The same pod in the same cell as this dude, okay? That's like hitting the jackpot in a casino 7 times.
Munger was found guilty of child rape, child abuse, and having child pornography in December 2019. Goldsby was in jail for stealing a police car in 2017 and leading officers on a long chase before crashing it into a Washington State Patrol car and hurting a trooper inside.
I did sadistically, premeditatedly, deliberately tortured and murdered Yvette Pena.
This is Jamie Osuna. He beat and killed Romero in the early hours of March 9th, 2019. Osuna, who was 31 years old, was accused of killing and dissecting Romero with a makeshift knife, taking an eye, a finger, and a piece of his lung. Osuna finally cut off Romero's head with a blade. An autopsy showed that he also posed the body by cutting Romero's face open on either side of his mouth to make it look like he was smiling. Guards saw Osuna wearing a pendant made from body parts of Romero's body. Romero, who had been in prison for 27 years, was put in the same cell as Osuna when he got out of Mule Creek State Prison. He was found guilty of second-degree murder. As a teenager, he killed a woman in Compton and hung out with gang members. He was almost ready to get out on parole. Osuna, his new cellmate, had killed and tortured Yvette Pena, 37, at a Bakersfield motel in 2011 and was serving a life term for it. With tattoos on his face and evil behavior, he became a dark figure during his 2017 trial. He made fun of the victim's family and told a TV reporter that he loved hurting people.
I don't have no sympathy. I'm sadistic. I really don't care. I'll do it and I'll do it again over and over and over.
According to the claim, he once went into another prisoner's cell and stabbed and cut him so badly that he needed 67 stitches. Osuna has been moved to the mental treatment program at Salinas Valley State Prison. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia, antisocial disorder, and a personality disorder. This is Anthony Paradise. He was given a jail sentence of 17 years to life for killing his cellmate at a state prison in Greene County. District Attorney Joe Stanzioni says that Paradise, who was 44 years old at the time, used a bedsheet to choke Delmas Tanner in November 2018 while they were both in Greene Correctional Facility. Tanner died 4 days after the attack. He had been in prison for 5 years for drug dealing. 5 months later, a grand jury allegedly charged Paradise, according to the office of Stanzioni. He admitted to second-degree murder in October 2022, while jury selection for his trial in county court was still going on. Stanzioni said that both Paradise and Tanner came to the jail in October 2018 after being moved from a place in Washington County. In 2017, Paradise robbed the Adirondack Trust Bank in Saratoga Springs. He was in jail for 3.5 years. Paradise, who used to live in Rensselaer County and Schenectady, reportedly tried to kill a fellow inmate 3 times before the murder. Court papers said that Paradise tried to choke and smother an inmate with his hands in January 2018 while he was in the Saratoga County Jail. Then, less than 9 months later, he tried to kill another person by tying a shoelace around their neck at the Washington Correctional Facility. Stanzioni has said that the second case was not tried because the victim refused to help. Court papers say that on January 4th, 2022 and January 19th, 2022, both after Tanner was killed, Paradise punched and pushed other prisoners to the ground. Shane Hugg, a lawyer in Troy, helped defend Paradise against the murder charge. He will be available for parole in 17 years, and if he acts well in prison, he could get out in 2040. This is Derek Romano. He told an investigator that he and Jeremiah Roberts were drinking homemade wine in their cell at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility before he lost control and killed Roberts. Romano is now charged with killing Roberts. He and Roberts shared a cell and both had a violent past. Roberts, who was 32 at the time, and Romano, who was 28, were both found guilty of killing John Sullivan, a pizza delivery driver in Indianapolis in 2014. When Sullivan came to bring the pizza, these two sick individuals killed him, put his body in a basement, and stole his car. After 2 days, Roberts and Romano were found in Wyoming. In 2017, an Indianapolis jury found Roberts guilty of killing and robbing Sullivan. Roberts was given a sentence of 68 years in jail. Romano got 55 years in jail after he pleaded guilty. On Sunday morning, May 3rd, Wabash Valley workers found Roberts in his cell, but he wasn't moving. He was soon declared dead. Soon after, the police said they thought it was a murder. Romano was charged in Sullivan Superior Court with killing Roberts. A statement of probable cause shows that Romano told a state police officer who was at the jail the day Roberts' body was found that he had killed his cellmate with his hands and feet. The statement said that Romano told the officer, yes, it was a stupid fight over stupid stuff, dumb stuff. The statement said that Romano told the officer that he and Roberts argued about who was right or wrong, and Mr. Roberts thought Romano was trying to say that Mr. Roberts was wrong about shit. But Romano wasn't saying that. They fought about how to spell words, saying that the meaning of a word changes if the first letter is capitalized. Romano said that he first hit Roberts with a blow that knocked him out and then kept hitting him. Romano said he knew what he was doing when he punched Mr. Roberts and kicked him while he was down. The statement says that Mr. Romano said he knew what he was doing when he put Mr. Roberts in his bunk and listened to see when he stopped breathing. Online court records show that Romano did not have a lawyer. The Indiana Department of Correction did not directly answer a question about whether Roberts and Romano should have been put in the same cell based on DOC rules or policies. Romano told the officer that he and Roberts were not friends, but that they had done something wrong together, and that Roberts was the reason why Romano was in jail. Romano took a deal to get out of county jail, but he ended up pleading guilty to murder, even though he had nothing to do with the victim. The document says that Romano hit Roberts when he got in his face and touched his shoulder. This knocked Roberts out and started the fatal attack. The statement also says that Romano sent text messages to family members in which he talked about killing someone. Even though he told the detective that he probably meant to kill Roberts, the statement said that he had written on the wall of their cell, "Pray for the man who died here, for he lived and died a better man than me." Also, state police said they were looking into the death of another Wabash Valley prisoner who was found unconscious in his cell on Sunday as a possible murder. Police say that Kevin J. Carpenter, who was 57 and lived in Churubusco, may have been killed by someone else. Thanks again for tuning in. As always, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with more content like this.